morning, everyone. Rise and shine. It is round 8 of the Chess Olympiad today, which is kind of wild, kind of crazy. I cannot believe it. I slept for 10 hours today, which is the most I've slept any day. I woke up at like 11:30. I will be honest, it's like pretty late right now. But I'm feeling fantastic, and today we are facing the very strong team of Bangladesh. And Bangladesh, they're lower rated than us, but they've been playing really well. So today is going to be a tough matchup for sure. I have the black pieces, and the girl that I'm playing, I don't think she's lost any game. So today, hopefully, is the first time she does. We'll see. Anyways, I'm keeping my head high. Yesterday was a bad game for me, but today's a new day and I am going to prepare a lot. I'm going to play as good as I can, and that is everything that I can do. So hopefully everything goes well and Sweden can get another win today. Okay, wish me luck. Okay, so I have now been preparing for the past 2 hours, and I'm expecting her to get into Sicilian with me, but I'm going to do a little bit of a tricky move order because I want to avoid some lines, so that's what I've been looking at. So I think it's going to become a Sveshnikov today, but we will see. Every day it's been an opening that I haven't expected because everyone is playing different things. So let's see what happens today. I'm excited for the game. Also, my dad was like, Anna, you look tired. And I said, I am. So he was like, do you want me to buy an energy drink? And I said, yes. I've had so much coffee this past few days. I need something new. I need energy. I'm gonna get some energy. I'm excited. That's gonna be great. Also, I don't know why I do these close-ups. I just think it's fun to be close to the camera. Do you get weirded out when I'm this close to a camera? I just finished my game, and this was the wildest game that I have played in the Olympiad by far. I think it was one of the final games of the whole tournament. And my brain is so fried, but I'm very excited to show you the game. So I was playing against woman FIDE master Ahmed Wadifa from Bangladesh, and she was rated 1988, but she'd had quite a good tournament. Prior to this round, she'd had a great performance, and she actually hadn't lost a single game, and she had won a few games and drawn 2100, so she's gaining 42 points of rating. So I had prepared this morning this kind of weird line, and I was able to play during the game. So I'm going to show it to you. She started with the move e4, I went c5, knight f3, knight c6, it became an open Sicilian, and now instead of going for my e6, I took the advice that I've been getting lately, which is that I should just play e5 immediately. So she played knight b5, I went d6, bishop g5, this now became a Sveshnikov. I went a6, she took, I took, and here I play the move f5. So all of this I had looked at before, and she played the move bishop d3. Now, here I can just play b5, and this is what I should do, I think, but I kind of forgot about it. And I played this move f4, which I had looked at a little bit before, although I think I had looked at it in a position where my pawn was already on b5. So this is a little bit strange. But anyways, the idea of going for f4, and this is a move that I had seen that not a lot of people had played, and it was very uncommon, it's that after g3 and rook g8, actually, you can never really take here, because then the move queen h4 comes, and this is incredibly strong. And well, I mean, in this certain position, I can just take on f4. But later on, the move queen h4 is going to come a lot of times, and then knight e5, and then this just becomes quite good. So after this, she didn't take. Instead, she went for the move knight d5. And here I spent 20 minutes thinking, because I thought that what I remembered was that I should play bishop h6, but I now realize that everything that I remember doesn't make sense because it was in a different position with b5 already being played. So yeah, it was a little bit confusing in my brain. But anyways, I knew that I wanted to kind of defend this, but I spent a really long time thinking, why can I not play the move knight d4? Because I thought knight d4, this looks so strong. I'm threatening to go bishop g4, and then, I'm coming in on the light squares. This looks amazing. But the thing is that she has this move c3, and after bishop g4, she actually has this crazy move queen a4 check. And now I have to go back with my knight, because if I play b5, she has the move knight takes b5, And now if I go pawn takes b5, she has queen a8 check, takes, knight c7 check, and after king d8, this and knight f3 check, I'm just material down. So very long line. I basically didn't play it because I was a little bit worried that she had some kind of queen a4 checks ideas, and especially because I thought that this is not what I remembered from theory. So I was like, Anna, let's not repeat past mistakes. I got flashbacks from when I played against Germany and I played a4 knowing that it was in theory because I thought it looked good. I thought, okay, let's not do it now. So I went bishop h6. She played c3. And here now, I should have played bishop e6. I don't know why I kept not playing it. I went rook g6, which looks a bit strange, but the idea is to keep the bishop defended and then go king f8, king g8. But yeah, this looks a little bit funny right now. But the point is basically that she never really wants to take here because then I'm going to get this square for my knight. So here she went knight c4, and I spent like way too long thinking here. I spent like super long. And the reason I spent a really long time was because I thought that I was supposed to play b5. But then I was like, do I really, like, am I really willing to give up this light squared bishop? And the answer is no, I shouldn't be, but I became. But so I was calculating like all these bishop g4, and then I was thinking f3, and I was thinking bishop h3. And I was basically calculating like this, a4, and I was calculating, can I take, and go rook takes? And then what happens after bishop f1? Like, this looks crazy, but I was looking at all of these variations, and I was looking at queen h4, but then I thought this doesn't work because she has knight takes d6, and yeah, like this was all really crazy, and I was calculating all of this, and yeah, here maybe I should just go rook b8 to threaten to go here with the idea that now if she goes knight b6, I can go bishop h3, and now this knight is a bit weirdly placed here. And then the idea is to later go bishop e6. So this is probably what I should do. I played the move b5, which wasn't that good, because I now allow for her to take my bishop, and I didn't really think that this was that bad. I thought actually here that she was going to play bishop e2 to go bishop up here, and then I was planning on probably going something like queen h3, and then I saw that she had this bishop g4 move, and then if I take, there's check. So yeah, this is a little bit, so many variations. But she played this move a4, which I wasn't really expecting, and at this point I had spent a lot of time, so I felt like I felt a lot of pressure because I felt like, okay, Anna, you're doing it again. Like, I could feel that my confidence was kind of down in this game because of my loss yesterday, and so I was definitely doubting myself more than I typically do because I was really scared of blundering. And then what happened was that here she has a lot of threats, and so I was thinking, okay, first I thought, okay, I should go king f8 so that there's nothing weird, but then I got scared that if takes, I was worried that now this pawn would become really weak forever, and yeah, I don't know, I was just a bit worried about that. So I didn't spend so much time thinking, and instead I just ended up playing the move b4, with the idea that I thought that she was going to go, you know, queen e2 to put pressure on this pawn, and then I'd play a5 and then king f8. Now, the moment I play b4, the moment I'm holding the pawn, I basically realized that she just has bishop takes a6, and I'm losing. And, you know, like, hold your horses because the game is very long from now on. But, you know, she did this, and I was like, you're kidding me. Like, you are actually kidding me. I was so upset, and I just thought, okay, Anna, you did it again. But funnily enough, like, somehow when this horrible thing happened, it kind of made me say, okay, you already blundered, this is what you were so scared of, now there's nothing you fear anymore, you're lost, let's just play a game of chess. Right? And so like this kind of mental block in my brain kind of went away, and I started playing really fast, and so I went queen h3, because I thought first that I had to go queen d7, but then I realized that after bishop b5, this is horrible. So I went queen h3, she went back because she wanted to stop me from going queen d2, and now I went back to c8. And now the idea is that if she goes back, well then, you know, repeat. So she went bishop b5, and here at first I thought, okay, let me just take this pawn, but then I saw that after it takes, I thought maybe she has rook c1, and I thought now that, you know, she's threatening to take here with the rook. If I take here, then this is hanging. So I thought, okay, if I move my king, then she's going to go rook c3. And now I am basically just like losing a piece. Like I couldn't really understand what was going on here. I thought that, yeah. I mean, this is kind of crazy to be honest, but I was looking at all this and I just didn't like it. So I ended up taking on g3 first with the idea that after h takes, I can now take, and now she cannot go rook c1 anymore. So she just simply took back with the pawn and I went king f8. And I thought that I have to take this because otherwise the pawn structure for her is just going to be like way too good, and I didn't want her to be able to recapture here. I thought now, okay, I'm a pawn down and my position is horrible, but this pawn, I'm right now being able to stop it, and you know, hopefully I'm able to stop this pawn, I thought. So she took here, queen takes. I'm, you know, like I said, super lost right now. And she played this really nice move, queen e2. And okay, now I thought that we have to go a bit crazy. I have to not be scared. I have to just like play very actively and put some fear in her. And so I had 8 minutes here. She had 36. You know, this is +4 for white. It looks impossible, right? It looks like this is, I'm just going to lose the game. But so I play this move f5. The idea is that if she takes, well, then I'm capturing this knight and I'm threatening the rooks. I'm winning a piece, actually. So she can't take. So, I mean, okay, at first I was just worried that she would just push the pawn and I wasn't really sure exactly what I was going to do. But she went queen f3, and here I have to push the pawn. I can't let her come in here. So I push the pawn, and now she doesn't really want to take, because if takes, then this king will never be able to castle. So she castled here, actually, because she wanted to get her king to safety. I was really worried that she would just simply go something like a5. So she castled. And now I started seeing some hope because I thought, okay, now I have some ideas of maybe going queen c5, and then maybe I can do some weird stuff over here. So I had only 5 minutes left here, and so I was thinking here for a little bit, like, what should I do? And okay, one idea that I have is to go rook b7, rook f7, and put pressure on this queen. Another one that I have is to threaten this pawn. So I threatened this pawn with the hopes that she would go a5, and that I then would have queen c5. And now I thought if king g2, then I'm able to take this. And I thought if I'm able to take this pawn, it should like give me a lot more chances, because then at least I'm not a pawn down, and I didn't want to be a pawn down. And here, if she pushes, I have rook takes g3 check. That is the idea. But after rook a8, she played the very good move rook b1. And now I cannot really take here because she has rook check. And after my king goes up somewhere, she has... I mean, I thought she had knight d7. I thought she, takes. And then I thought she had knight e7. That's the reason I didn't play it. And here I was looking at, okay, what happens if rook takes g3? Because, you know, I was looking at all this stuff. And, I mean, I was going crazy, I felt like. But this, and knight f5, and king g6. And I thought this looks completely horrible. But maybe it's okay for me, I don't know. But this looks completely lost. So I was looking at all this. Bear in mind, I only had like 4 minutes left. So when I saw this, I thought, okay, Anna, this move looks crazy. Like, I can't finish the calculations of this. So let me play bishop g5 and stop all the knight e7 moves. And this move is the best move. And I realized also that I should not give her any forcing variations. I should like constantly just like... Chess is like tennis. Like, you know, you throw a ball, you just gotta throw the ball back. You don't have to go into a, you know, kamikaze mode where either you like win or lose. No, you can just like pass the ball and see what she does. And that's what this move was. So she played king h2 here, which I was really surprised about, because it gave me constantly the idea of maybe going rook h6. And if I have a queen on d7, maybe I had all these kinds of moves. So I played king g7 to get my king just a little bit more in protection of everything, and I didn't like that my king was on f8. And now she played the move a5. And now in this position, I actually can kind of save the game with taking this pawn and then going rook f8 apparently, because after queen e2, I can now go queen c5, and now there's a lot of counterplay. And I honestly didn't really see this because, you know, this to me looks a bit crazy, but apparently I can save the game at this point with all of this. I didn't see this though because I only had 33 seconds left. So I played the move bishop d8, simply threatening to take, and my idea was that if she goes pawn takes f4, I thought I have rook h6, and now I have king g2. I thought I can just go back and check, And now the idea was that if king h1, I thought that I can go queen c4 check. And okay, I didn't really calculate a lot further than this, but I just saw that if queen e2, then I have this. And I thought, okay, if king e1, the king is in the middle of everywhere, like what is really going on? I just thought we will just have to play this out and we'll see what happens. But this looks crazy, you know, like I think almost no human being gets into that. So she didn't take the pawn because of this. Instead, she played the move a6, and this looks like a really good move. And here, actually, I had 34 seconds left when she made this move, and at first my plan was just to take, but then I saw, oh wait, she has knight b4. And then I ended up taking this pawn with a second left on the clock. Like, I literally here, I had 31 seconds. I made this move, and I, like, you know, pressed the clock, and I had just a second left, and it was crazy. And here, now, you know, she went knight b4, which is what I calculated, and so now my idea was just to sacrifice sacrifice the queen for the two rooks. And here I once again missed that I have this idea f takes g3, because I missed that after rook h6 and king here, and rook b2 check and king here, I can just go back and forth and check, because the king can never go here, because I have rook f6, which I didn't see. So here I just had an instant draw, but instead I complicated my life and went rook b8, and after knight c6, I played rook f8, which, because I just didn't see this idea. I thought the king escaped. I just completely missed with the little time that I have f6, rook f6. So I went rook f8, and now I was just trying to swindle, basically. Like, I'm threatening to take here. We both had little time, bear in mind, she had 58 seconds, and now I had a minute 20, so I finally had more time than her, which felt amazing. But yeah, she played g4, and I went rook g5. She played knight e7, and I went for the move h5, with the idea being that after she takes, I wanted to go rook h8. She went knight f5 check, I went king f6. She took the pawn, and now I play the move d5. And this position, you know, the engine is saying that it's completely winning for white, but it is really scary to play when you have 40 seconds left, because I'm threatening to take and I'm threatening to take. And this king is almost getting checkmated. So, you know, apparently what she has to do is something like this, because after d takes e4, she has the move, and it's, you know, knight d6. And then after, yeah, I mean, and, you know, and then now this is winning. But this is kind of hard to play with 40 seconds on the clock. And so she blundered and went knight h4. And the moment she played knight h4, I went rook h8. This was our move 39. She took as her final move with 6 seconds left on the clock, and I took the pawn on h5. And now I kind of like breathed out, because I thought, okay, I might actually not lose this game. Like, this was the moment where it hit me, and I was like, this is insane if I don't lose this game. So she played d6, I went rook takes knight. And after, in this position, I spent like 26 minutes figuring things out, because this position, you know, bear in mind that I realized that I probably had to win this game for a team to tie, because I saw that my mom, she had won, but our board 4 had lost, and our board 2 was losing at this moment, and if she lost, then I would need to win to tie. So I was like, can I win this in any way? And so I was looking at this rook h1 move, with the idea being that, let's say that the queen goes somewhere random, I now have rook h3, and, sorry, rook 1 h3. Wait, why do I not have the other move? Wow. Okay, this move apparently doesn't work here because of d7. Okay, this is cool. Whatever. Okay, let's say that the queen goes somewhere random. I don't know. I don't really know where to put it. The point was that I wanted to try to get a rook over here and checkmate with f3. That is the point. But I realized that this doesn't work because she has queen b7. And if I now go rook here, I'm just losing after queen e7 check, and the king cannot go anywhere, because I will end up losing this rook, and then I'm losing this pawn in game. So I realized I couldn't do this. I was trying to figure something out, but I thought the best thing is just for me to try to win this pawn and draw this game. So I went rook h2, she went king f1, I played king e6. This was good. She went queen c6, rook d8, king e7. And let me tell you something. It was terrifying to play this position, because I just was so scared of blundering my rook somehow with all the checks, and I only had like 4 minutes left now. So I went king e6, she went king here, I went rook h8. We did a few checks, and like I said, it was really terrifying just because I was really worried that I would somehow blunder a rook. So here she finally pushed this pawn, I went check, I took this, she went queen h3 check, only move is this, king c7 is the only move, queen e6, I went rook f8 to defend the pawn, king c7, and yeah, this was just so terrifying because I just really didn't know if I was going to blunder somehow or, you know, this pawn was going to push. But then I found this kind of idea of putting my rooks over here, and now I was just kind of thinking, how does she continue? Because I realized that her idea was just to bring the king up, but I realized that as long as my rooks are here, I thought that it's not really possible for her to make a lot of improvement. So my plan was to go rook c8 to try to double up, and she would always, you know, go back and check. And bear in mind that I was making a lot of only moves here. King j8 is the only move, any other move loses. So yeah, it was really a difficult position to play with 40 seconds because all these checks were so annoying. But then I finally realized that everything that I need to do is probably just to go up with my king. And here I started going up with the king. She went up as well. But now I just realized, wait a second, like she can never push this pawn because I will always take it. And now I'm going to start trying to take this pawn. And then in this position, you know, after a few moves, we actually just repeated moves and it became a draw. But yeah, this is just a drawn position. There's not really much to do. But yeah, I'm really happy that I was able to defend this endgame. Like, it may look easy with the eval bar, but really in my brain, it was just, there were so many checks constantly. I was constantly under pressure for so long. It just felt like the biggest relief to survive this game, and I was just so happy that I didn't lose after that horrible, horrible, horrible blunder that I did in the opening. So yeah, I'm overall pretty happy with the game. Obviously, opening didn't turn out so good. I did learn some good lessons about this opening. I actually like the opening though, so I think I'm going to start playing this. And I think the best thing about the Olympiad for me has been the fact that I've learned so many new openings that I feel like I'm going to come back home with a new repertoire. But yeah, just happy to have survived this game, and it was sad that Sweden lost. My mom won, I drew, but then both our board 2 and 4 ended up losing their games. So unfortunately, as a team, we lost to Bangladesh. And yeah, big props to Bangladesh and to their team. They've been playing really well, and yeah, I'm just happy that I survived, to be honest. So it feels good, and this definitely gave me a lot more confidence for tomorrow. So tomorrow, let's just get a good opening and not blunder, and then hopefully it'll be a good game. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this video, for rooting for me, and yeah, wish me luck for tomorrow. See you all in tomorrow's recap. Bye-bye.